If you are watching this video, you're someone who is currently in recovery, or in the midst of trying to get rid of a habit that's having a negative impact on your life, then I must say that you need to buckle up and learn how to deal with urges. Remember that once you stop revolving your day around these urges, a lot of doors open up for you. Acceptance plays a key role when dealing with urges. When you start accepting it, you'll figure out why the urges are occurring, how the pattern surrounding them, and how you can deal with it. More importantly, you need to figure out what works for you in particular. Something that you see on the internet that works for everyone might not work for you. We're all different with different needs. After conducting extensive research, here we bring to you the 5 effective approaches that will help you deal with urges. Experiment and see which method or approach suits you best. Before getting to know the effective approaches, first let us find out why you feel these urges. Cravings play a huge role as they are the precursors that lead to you engaging in your problematic behavior. Once a craving strikes, and your willpower is low, then you have no option but to obey the craving. We can simply put that urges are a result of these cravings, which in turn are a result of long-term substance use. These urges and cravings are the topmost cause of relapse among recovering addicts. One random urge and people tend to give in even after long periods of abstinence. For example, if you're someone who has successfully avoided alcoholic beverages for over 3 months now, all it might take to break that resolve is being offered a drink. Although you might not have wanted that drink, the moment you see it, your brain automatically gets triggered and craves it. The same goes for someone trying to quit a behavioral addiction like porn. In such cases, the urges are even stronger, because we reside in a highly sexualized world. You must be aware that pornographic content is everywhere. One peek, and your resolve might just come to an end right then and there. This can happen often if you're not focused on maintaining strong willpower. Just a fun fact: Buddhist monks consider cravings and urges to be one of the main toxins polluting our brains. This is not just in relation to substance abuse, it's how our doctors tend to see it. Buddhists consider attachment to any object or situation a form of addiction. Are you ready to know the 5 approaches to deal with urges? The countdown starts now. The first one is to relabel. Under this approach, you label the urge that is enabling the addiction for exactly what it is. If you call it something innocent like a craving, then your brain will harmlessly act on it, feeding into your addiction. Instead, you need to create caution. By doing this, you teach your brain how to react to such an urge. For example, now if you feel the need to open up a private browser and watch porn, your brain becomes alert. You won't automatically give in to the temptation, no matter how strong it is. It might take some time and effort to do this, but this is really useful. The second one is to escape. Escape is one of the most effective approaches. Once you feel the urge to do something, remove yourself from the situation that is provoking it. Leave that space, physically. For instance, if you're watching a movie with your friend or partner and an explicit scene comes up, then there is no shame in excusing yourself from the room, or asking to change the channel. When you focus on getting away from the situation, it should calm the urge down, and distract you until you feel secure again. That'll help reduce the intensity of the urge. The third one is to refocus. In this, come up with a list of things and activities of the sort that you enjoy. These are the activities you'll turn to every time there's an urge. This is a way to distract your brain, helping it focus on something other than cravings. If you have a pre-made list ready and stored away or memorized, then you won't waste any time thinking of an activity. Make sure these are all activities you personally enjoy. Don't force yourself to do anything. It's important you genuinely enjoy the activity you choose. Because, when we partake in a pleasurable activity, our body gets a surge of dopamine, and a brand new circuitry is created in our brain. This is what'll help get rid of the urges. The fourth one is to delay. This is one of the simpler approaches that requires you to work on your willpower. Every time you have an urge, Just calm down and wait. Give your mind and body some time to process it. Normally, it should go away over time if you delay it enough and distract yourself. If you've given sufficient time and the urge is still there, it might be due to the fact that you are still exposed to the stimulus that birthed the urge in the first place. Just have the willpower to deny giving in for just a few minutes. Make up your mind that you can do this. Just stick to this every time you get an urge, and over time watch the number of urges reduces in number. The fifth one is to revalue. Pick up the habit of meditation. There are several methods of meditation. Do some research, experiment, and figure out what works best for you. This single activity can help a lot as it lets you revalue, and helps you stay focused on what's important. It helps you remind yourself why you're doing all of this in the first place. All the negative effects the addiction or habit has had on your life, that has led to you making this decision. In simple terms, set your priorities straight. Your addiction has fooled your brain into thinking that this thing is the highest priority. This approach will help detox and rewire your mind to help get rid of the urges. You can try all of these techniques individually or even try bits and pieces of it together. Give it a shot and see what works best for you. Just remember, you're better than your urges. Don't give in.